What's up, guys? So here we are with the minnow tank slash shrimp. Um, Obviously neocaradina, red cherry shrimp. Um, that's what the focus of this video is today. Well, tonight, because obviously looks better at night. Plants obviously looking good. Still growing, covering up everything. Starting to grow these really nice bushes on the right hand side all the way around the back of the rock platform to this side, and then got some nice roots growing down, which we can see. Oh, hello. Which we can see little baby shrimp down there. I can't really focus on him, but yeah, you can see him crawling down there. It's like a stairway to heaven. But yeah, I've got, as you can start to pick up, I've got loads of baby shrimp in here, and that's what this video is going to be about. This is going to be about how to breed your shrimp, just easy at home, for fun. It's really rewarding. It's quite cool to see how the genetics works and just the process, and to watch the female carry the eggs is also quite interesting. Obviously trying to breed my minnows as well, but they're still gaining some maturity. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can see some more baby shrimp. There's normally some on the rock. Yeah, there's a few back there. That's one of the main males over here on the left. Not the highest quality male, I must say, but the females, which I can't really see, there's one. The glass isn't very clear, but I just need a wipe down there. But there's a female down there, but the three females that I had are extremely high quality. Um, Definitely, there's one specific one, massive and as red as anything. I think it's called Fire Blaze or something, Fire Red. Neocaradina, red cherry. So yeah, a lot of these babies, obviously we can see here, coming out nice and red and orange. And then I've got some black ones and some blue ones too, so it's a good mix. Now, when you want to breed your shrimp, very easy steps actually. They kind of do it on their own. All you need to do is give them the right um, conditions. So you want the right temperature, the right foods, the right diet, right amount of cover, the right environment, and definitely you want to know if you've got boys and girls. So I learned that differentiating boys and girls was quite difficult to start, but it became easier as I started to see which ones carry the eggs and which ones don't, and so forth. And it's mainly when you see one of your females will shed or molt, as they say, and you'll see. Normally, I see it out here in the front, just a big white shell. Now that is good for the water, as they say. It's good to leave it in there. Baby shrimp even feed off of it and provides a lot of good minerals for the water. So I just leave it in there, as well as the female then releases obviously pheromones and signals into the water for the males to start tracking her down to mate and to breed. So when you start seeing a lot of them swimming around, as well as you've got a white shell molt at the bottom, then you know that you are going to have most likely males swimming around. You'll see a lot of males swimming around. If not, then you need to question if you even have a male, because I went to about 5 shrimp until the sixth one. I went to 4, and then the last 2 that I bought were eventually male. So it took a while to finally pick up a male, but I eventually got 2 in my last purchase, so that was good. So you've got to just, yeah, I say buy about 6 minimum to give yourself a good chance of at least having one of the other gender. Ratios are the best, but sometimes you can't control that unless you know what you're looking for. You can definitely Google a lot of more websites on pictures and how to look for female and male shrimps, but it's generally just the size difference. Males will be a lot smaller, females will be a lot rounder with a yellow egg sac, which you can quite clearly see. So yeah, don't doubt yourself. Just be sure, and if it doesn't work, just probably buy one more shrimp, I would say. Um, it heightens your chances for sure. And I mean, in this tank alone, you can have quite a lot of shrimp. It's a 40 liter, and I've got quite a few minnows in there, but it's really big for shrimp, and all the cover is just really good. they completely feel like they're in their own world, I'm sure. So, and I mean, they're breeding like crazy. My female, her first clutch of eggs hatched about 3 weeks ago, and she's about to now have a new clutch hatch in probably a few days. So that's two clutches in a month. So that's quite crazy, or at least a month, yeah. So I didn't expect that. So I'm actually might have to sell a couple of these off to my friends or to some give some back to the aquarium stores, but obviously the best quality ones. But yeah, quite cool and quite satisfying to know that my tank is quite a nice home for shrimp and for their young as well as the minnows. I must say minnows are incredible fish to have with the shrimp. I haven't seen one minnow give any shrimp an issue. I haven't seen a minnow try and go for one of the baby shrimp. It's I've seen baby shrimps swim countless times across the school of minnows, and the minnows just kind of look at it. It's almost as if the minnows are trained to have recognized the adults, and so they see the babies and think, well, we don't eat that. So I don't know. They just don't seem to go for it. They see them, but they know what's food and what isn't. Although I wouldn't be surprised if one or two do get nipped, and it's not a disaster. It's kind of a natural balance, I guess. But so far, for me, all the baby shrimp are doing great. There's loads of them, and they're all healthy. And yeah, that's about it. You just want to keep your temperatures at around 25 degrees. That's where I had mine, just below 25, 24 degrees. And that's a good comfortable level for them. As well as I had to keep the minnows comfortable too, so I couldn't make it too warm either. And then I started feeding them brine shrimp I started with, but then when I ran out of brine shrimp, I went to bloodworms, and they tend to love bloodworms. So I gave them those for a while, and obviously the protein just gets the females nice and bulky, and the eggs start producing. And then yeah, you should get a molt. Obviously, try and make nice long daylight hours, so it feels like it's summer and it's nice long days. There's going to be a lot of food and a lot of prosperity where they think they're living. So that's what you got to convince them that this is a good place to have kids, much like much like humans want to have a family in the most ideal place. So yeah, that's about it. And then you should see about a week of doing that, you could have your first pregnant shrimp. It'll hit you quite suddenly. I was lucky enough to see my two shrimp mating, but as I walked in, they kind of separated. But I knew what had happened, so I was quite chuffed. And then just a few hours, I saw the eggs inside the female. So yeah, that's about it. It's not too hard. Just make sure they're comfortable, and that's about it. Water conditions have obviously got to be sublime. I think clean water is your first go to. Parameters and numbers you can look closer to if you want, but as long as you got enough plant growth and good filtration system, I'm sure that it'll be enough to support their needs. As well as sponge filters are great for their feeding for the young. As we can see, I've got a sponge filter in the back, and there is some shrimp on there. God, I can't see through the curve right now, but yeah, there are some shrimp in there. I got some big snails in here too, but the snail population balances out. A lot of them die off, and their shells produce a lot of calcium. Like this one over here produces a lot of calcium for the water for the shrimps as well. Very important for shrimp molt actually, which is quite interesting. I find like it helps the shrimp's condition a lot as well. The fact that the snails live their lives and then just die off. Not their full lives, I suspect, but yeah, there's only enough food for everyone, a certain amount.